Hello everyone, this is Marquie with another video from Marquie Money Talks YouTube channel. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I want to say hello to all the new subscribers, some of the people that I've met lately that I've talked about joining the channel. I want to thank everybody that's become a part of this community. I'm gonna be doing more. Getting ready to move into my new place soon. So when I get my new place set up, then I'm gonna start doing more videos. I'm gonna start doing daily videos, and I'm actually gonna start live streaming in the morning times when I'm trading, so that you can start seeing some of the trades that I'm doing. I'm gonna be live streaming in the afternoon after the market close, so that you can see how I do my research on stocks and companies that I choose to invest in. And also I'm going to be doing some videos on chart reading, because I'm getting ready to start studying a few books on reading the charts so that I can get that down better. And I have some idea, but I'm just not all the way there. And I don't feel comfortable teaching something until I learn it, all the way, or at least 80% of how it works before I start trying to show somebody else. So I'm going to get that down, and I'm going to bring that information to you. But I don't know how you guys did on the market today. I did very well. I was looking at the IPO market lately, and this year the IPO market has been just off the chain. Companies has been running up, starting at like $20, $30 and going all the way up to $100, $200 in the first week. So I happened to get a notification on Robinhood about this Bullish IPO. And if you've been paying attention to everything going on with the crypto market, this Bullish IPO is in a good space, because they're bringing something that's going to be needed in the future, not necessarily something that's needed now, but something that's coming in the near future, because they handle crypto for like major institutions like banks and stuff like that. So they're going to be working with like hedge funds and different companies like that. And they opened today, I think, at $37 a share, and they ended up going all the way up to maybe like $121 a share. And so I was glad I was able to get in on that and take advantage of that opportunity today. So I just hate I didn't get a chance to do a video on it so that I could put you guys on it. But I will be trying to get some of those videos out before some of those opportunities come about, when I see them. So it's just, I've been going back and forth to my doctor's appointments and to surgeries and all the stuff that I've been doing, trying to get my health back in order. So once I get this new place, then I'll be able to start bringing you guys more video and start doing more videos on some things. And I've made a change to my investing strategy when it comes to options. So what I'm doing now is I'm focusing more on longer calls on the options. And so what I'm doing now is trying to get my call options maybe somewhere between 2 to 6 months out, so that I can give myself time to let the market do what it's gonna do, because with the current administration, the market is up and down, which is good if you're trying to make money, because you want to see a lot of volatility. Because if stocks are constantly moving up and down, then that's constant opportunities that you have to make money. But when the market is stagnant, then so is your money. So the up and down has been good, but at the same time, you never know when they drop a speech or do a tweet or something like that to cause the market to dump or cause the market to run up. So I try to be covered in both directions. So what I typically do is I first try to see which direction I think the stock is headed based on what it's been doing. I glance at the charts, I read the news on the stock. And so say I put a call option in, and I do that call option for maybe 3 to 6 months out. Then I wait to see if it start running up. And then once I see it kind of stop and level out and start dropping down, then I turn around and buy a put on the same stock. So that way I can make money if the stock goes up, but I can also make money if the stock goes down. Because if you watch my videos on options, then you know that when you buy a call option, you're betting that the stock is going to go up. When you buy a put option, you're betting that the stock is going to go down. So so that's going to be my new strategy going forward. And so I've already started implementing by buying some call options that don't expire until January. And what I noticed about them is I was looking at some of the options that I was looking at for like 3 and 4 weeks out, and versus a year out. And I'm like, there wasn't really much of a price difference. It may have been like maybe $50, $60 more to get myself 6 months to a year versus only having 2 months or a month to wait on the stock, and then it expire, and then I lose my money if I don't roll the contract and stuff like that. And sometimes when you get to the end and you trying to roll the contract, sometimes it don't go through and don't go through in time, and then you end up losing your contracts and stuff like that. So that is a way that you can lose money in options if you don't roll them, once they get to expire, get to the expiration date. And what I try to do, if I'm going to roll a stock, I try to roll it the day before it expires. So if I know that it expires on Friday, then I go ahead and try to roll it on Thursday. So that way I know on Friday I don't have to, deal with all that, not going through and stuff like that. Because it seems like lately that's been happening a lot. Like when I'm trying to roll stocks on Friday, if I don't pay, like way over what the bid price is, then it doesn't go through. So moving forward, that's what I'm going to be doing, and I'm going to be pulling up my account and showing you some of the moves that I'm making and some of the things that I'm going to be doing. So once I get that up and running, I'm going to start posting links in the bottom of the description of the videos so that you guys will be able to check that out. And then I have some other things that I got working right now. I'm going to be restarting my trucking company at the end of the year, probably, or at the beginning of next year in January. I'm just going to finish out this year just so I don't have to deal with all the business taxes for like half the year and stuff like that. And I'm considering moving to Puerto Rico, because I was watching one of the other guys that I watch on YouTube, and he was saying he moved to Puerto Rico because they don't have any capital gains tax. And so if you understand, the capital gains tax, if you make $1 million off the stock market, then you have to pay $400,000 in taxes if you live in the US. But if you live in Puerto Rico, they don't have a capital gains tax. They just have a 4% flat tax rate. So if you make $1 million and you live in Puerto Rico, then you only pay $40,000 in taxes. So yeah, I'm thinking about moving to Puerto Rico at the end of the year. So we just gonna see how that work out. It just all depends on how the market treat me this year. If I don't do it this year, I may do it next year, because all my kids are grown and they out the house, and so now it's time for me to just explore the world. I did my time raising my kids and going to all the the football games and basketball games and school programs and all that stuff. And now they're grown and having their own kids, so it's time for daddy to go have his fun and see the world. And so yeah, so happy investing to everybody. I hope everybody been using this opportunity to build wealth. I see a lot of people online mad because Trump is in office, but I tell people, we can't control who they put in office, but what we can control is what we do with our money while those people are in office, and what opportunities we take advantage of. And Trump being in office and causing all this volatility in the market with all the stuff he doing with the tariffs and all that kind of stuff is creating opportunities for us, the investors, because most millionaires and billionaires are made in the market when it's times of chaos. And so with all this tariff stuff and all the interest rates and the inflation and all that kind of stuff causing the market to go up and down, that creates that volatility that I was talking about earlier in the video. And that volatility is what we want to see as investors, because it allows us to take advantage of the opportunity and make money. And then also, if you like investing with your business, then you should be building your personal credit and building your business credit. I also have a 26-minute video on there where I'm telling you how to, or I'm explaining to you how to build your personal and business credit so that you can get loans from the SBA and business credit cards and stuff like that, because I plan on using those to build my investment portfolio. because I'm gonna liquidate the money off my business credit cards, put them in my stock account, and then use the money I make off of my stocks to pay the business cards back. And then so that way I'm getting a paper trail for my business and building my corporate credit up, showing usage on my credit cards, and then I'm also building up cash in my stock account so that I can have assets, because that's what I'm going to be focused on from now on moving forward, is getting more assets. Instead of cash, you want to have assets that actually grow and get more valuable with time. Stuff like land, real estate, businesses, franchises, different things like that. So that's what I'm focused on now, is building this stock account up so I can start acquiring assets, because assets is how you really win in this investing game. You build your money up, and then you start putting it into something that make it 10 and 15 and 20x over time. And that's how you build that generational wealth, and the kind of wealth that you can live off of if we get into another COVID type situation, or any kind of situation where you can't work, like just like with what I got going on right now. I haven't been able to work for the past 3 years because I ended up having problems with my kidneys, and going through kidney failure, and going through dialysis, and all those different things. So I've been dealing with that. And when I was making my plans on how I was going to do everything, and plan A and plan B and plan C and plan D, the one thing I forgot to plan for is if my health was to ever go bad. And so I'm hoping that you use this as an opportunity to start investing and putting something back, just in case your health goes bad. Get you an investment that'll pay all your bills while you're not able to work and stuff like that. So just sit back and take a look at everything that you're paying now, and then try to figure out how you can make at least $1,000 more than that on your investment. So if all your bills cost $3,000 a month, then you want to try to see if you can get an investment that'll bring you in $4,000 a month, so that way if you ever get into a position that you're unable to work, then you got the money that you need to cover yourself, and then you got a little extra to give you a cushion, savings or money to put into an investment account. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we're going to be making some changes to the channel pretty soon. I'm going to be start interviewing some people, so I got a lot of things coming in the future. So you guys just stay tuned. Thank you again to all the new subscribers. Let's learn together, let's grow together, and follow me on Twitter. I got a Marquie Money Talks Twitter, so you should see me in there with the same thumbnail that I have on this channel. And I also have a Facebook group, Marquie Money Talks, and I'll be posting stuff in there. So if you want to contact me directly, or you want to chat with me and stuff like that, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Facebook, Marquie Money Talks. I got a Facebook group. It's open group right now. Once I get to doing those big deals and stuff like that, I'm going to privatize some of those groups for just exclusive members, so that we can all be in on it, because I'm not just looking to learn to teach you how to invest for your future. I also want to get some business partners. Maybe in the future we can come together and we can build some stuff that we can all eat off of. But it all starts with the community, and getting to know each other, and building together, and working together, and learning together, and growing together. And if you're new to investing, I always suggest this book to everybody that's just starting to invest. It's called Day Trading for Dummies. Out of all the books that I've read on the stock market, I think I read 20-some books on the stock market since I've been investing. That was the best book as far as like explaining it to a new investor, and get you a book on technical analysis, so that you can learn the charts, because the charts, that's really big, because it tells you what's going to happen next. And so I'm really seeing, now that I'm starting to learn a little bit about the charts, I'm really seeing how much you can get done and what you can find if you understand how the charts work. So I just bought me 2 books that I'm going to be studying on that, And then just like I said, once I get those lessons down, then I'm gonna pass that information on to you, and you can pass it on to your kids and your family and wife and husband and whoever else is in your life. Let's all learn together, let's earn together, and let's grow together. So y'all have a good day, be blessed, stay cool, be safe at school, and bye-bye.